illegal drugs have had and continue to have a huge impact on the lives of young people. In this documentary, we have compiled the experiences and views of a group of young people from Leicester, as well as industry professionals from sports and music, on the effects illegal drugs have on people's lives, why they are such a huge problem, and positive steps young people can take to avoid them.
Why do young people start taking illegal drugs?
I'd say, with my opinion, I'd go with sometimes it could be out of boredom. Young people will be sat around just thinking about what to do, maybe on a Friday, Saturday night, and just think about going off and getting some drugs, kind of making their day a little bit better, maybe. I'd say it comes down to boredom a lot of the times, really, and curiosity to see what the drugs would be like what they would do, and see how you would feel after taking them, during taking them, stuff like that. With kind of like I said, the thrill of taking the drugs as well.
Young people nowadays, they're under a lot of pressure due to their studies, so they have a lot of deadlines to meet, they have a lot of work to do, and then they have to go home and do additional work to help out their parents. They may also have to go to work on the weekends, and there's often not a lot of support available to them, nowhere for them to turn, and often it might be embarrassing for them to kind of talk about their problems to other people. So that's why I feel young people need more of an outlet to kind of express how they're actually feeling, and they actually need some support to help them get through their problems.
Do illegal drugs play a role in the music industry? If so, what impact have they had?
Plain and simply, illegal drugs do have an impact on the music industry. Being a producer and a studio engineer, work with many recording artists, and certain artists feel like they need to use what I would say as illegal drugs to unlock their creativity, to unlock their mindset, to kind of overall relax. So with that comes always the argument of which drugs should be illegal, which drugs shouldn't be legal, what is currently classed as a legal drug, should it be an illegal drug, etc. So I'm not going to go too deep into that. But in terms of the impact drugs have on the music industry, is if you think about what's being played currently in terms of, let's say, the rap and the hip hop kind of scenes at the minute, what is classed as mainstream music, it's very prolific and violent, and it's very prolific on drug use, especially illegal drug use, in terms of the selling of illegal drugs, the taking of illegal drugs. And then that makes you question, well, if that's such a mainstream thing, such a mainstream media at the minute, such a mainstream music, why is this being played out at, before watershed times, being played on mainstream radio stations, on mainstream music channels? And that makes you then question what the actual overall impact of illegal drugs is to the actual music industry. Is it a money-making tool? Is it something that is just seen as just part of the culture? So it does have a massive impact. The illegal drugs kind of, that runs basically what the music industry is about. And unfortunately, that's the way I see it. As much as I wouldn't like it to be such a big part of the music industry, drugs and drug use is a massive part of the culture of music today.
Why do young people carry on taking illegal drugs?
For me, in my opinion, I think, with a lot of young people, the reason why they carry on taking drugs, like, a lot of young people have like a natural rebellion in them, don't they? And a lot of the times they'll take drugs because they're in some kind of, clique or gang. So that natural rebellion within them is to just carry on taking the drugs. They've already had it once. They like how it makes them feel, so they just carry on.
The people that you're hanging around with, I think if you're in a gang, because there's lots of things going around about gangs and sort, and if you stop taking it, they're going to be like, why you stop taking it? And then they're probably going to start a fight with you, and you don't want to lose your friends, because if you lose your friends, then you're out of the gang, and then they're going to start something else. So I think it's like, you have to take it to be in that circle of friends. And I think also, it's like, sometimes they'll say, take this drug and then we'll give you this, because maybe they can't afford this, and they'll say, well, if you take this, then we'll give you this. And they probably target young, vulnerable people, because they know that they're going to take it. And the people that are selling the dog are probably sort of people that prey on the vulnerable, so that they know, I'm going to watch them take it. I won't feel the effects, but they're going to feel it. And the young people are going to get addicted to it, and they're going to carry on taking it. And it's just like a cycle of almost bullying in a way.
What influence do you believe sports can have to stop young people taking illegal drugs?
I think sport has the power to be a great vehicle for change. And what I mean by that is I count myself very, very fortunate that my parents got me into sport from a young age. I started swimming when I was 6 years old, so it gave me a platform to go and train and to work hard with my friends down the pool of an afternoon and evening after school, whereas some of my friends were going down the park and sitting down the park till 10, 11 o'clock at night throughout their school days. And I think that was that you fall accustomed to that sitting down the park, maybe trying the odd spliff perhaps, and it can be a bit of a vicious cycle and a downward slope from there. So from my point of view, getting involved in sport from such an early age, I didn't dabble in drugs, I never tried drugs, and it was because I had that other focus, which was my sport. So for me, I think sport's a great vehicle for young people to not even be introduced to drugs or alcohol. It's one of them things that then young people can then make their own minds up and their own decisions. So I was very fortunate with my sport. I was educated from a young age on health and well-being. So I had the nutritional advice, I had these are what drugs can do to you, this is what alcohol can do to you, this is what not living your life in the correct way can do to you, and the long-term health effects. So having that education, it really supported me to make sure that as I got older and those drugs perhaps became an option to me, I knew that was something that I didn't want to try and didn't want to risk because of the long-term health effects.
What are the effects of taking illegal drugs?
It can change your mood, can't it? So things like so psychoactive drugs, things like cannabis, heroin, ecstasy, they can significantly change your mood and alter the way that you think, the way that you act. So obviously that's going to cause massive problems with your mental health as well. So I think as well as that, you've got the issues with cardiovascular disease, so the risk of stroke and heart attack and liver damage as well from taking too many drugs.
As we spoke about that, quite a lot of negative effects of illegal drugs that have on young people, and we did kind of focus on the negative. But to be honest, I'm not trying to say illegal drugs are great, but I'm saying that especially cannabis, because on its true form, not only smoke it, I think, but its natural form, it has been told to cure numerous infecting disease and all them kind of things. And if you drink it, it's good for you because it does help your body in a way. But if you, as we were talking about earlier, moderation, making sure that you're not just having a lot of it and just keep drinking it over that just because you feel like you just want to drink it for the hell of it. So if you do take it in moderation every so often, then it does help your body in it. So there are some good effects, but I wouldn't say that it's going to help everyone, because everyone, individual young person's body is all different, because we all have different, our own body works differently. So for example, it may help you calm down and may help your whatever problems you've got, but say for example if I take it, it may make my problem a lot worse. So depending on young people, it does affect everyone differently kind of thing. But there are negative and positive, so it's always, instead of going to for example asking your friends in it, so what are the benefits or not the benefits of taking this illegal drug, you're better off doing your own research as well, innit? So that's one thing I advise everyone to if you want to look more into it, do your own research and when you do your research, do it from different sources and just the one source, and better than asking your friends or anyone around you, innit?
What advice would you give to young people?
Honestly, I would say, look, at the end of the day, it is very, very easy to get in contact with illegal drugs. And I know there's sometimes peer pressures in school and amongst friends to make you look cool. It's not cool, believe me. I've seen a lot of people that I've grown up with now having to go rehab because of it. Like, it's just crazy, believe me. I've seen people that, you know, have sold drugs, got into fights where they've nearly actually lost their own life, yeah. I've had one friend that actually got into a bit of an altercation with a bunch of other people, and what happened is he got stabbed somewhere behind his leg, and that actually stopped his growth.